Hey guys, Rominating Reaper here. So I just got done watching Boy Kills World, and look, I was really looking forward to this, 'cause it promised itself to be, an original, balls to the wall, ultra-violent action flick with, a video game and comic book-esque sensibility. Hell yeah, I am totally down for that. Unfortunately, my local cinema kind of buried this, so I didn't get to see it on the big screen, so had to wait for the home release. And that's what I did. I rented it and put it on, looking forward to hopefully just, getting some pure bloody carnage. But does the film deliver the ultra-violent action spectacle that it so promises? Let's find out. So the film follows Boy, who, following a public display from the Van der Kooi family, is left orphaned and mute. He heads out into the woods where he's found by a mysterious shaman who trains him to become an instrument of death. Then, one day, when Boy finally comes of age, he heads back into the city where he is ready to finally complete his mission, get his revenge on the Van der Kooi family, and, and take out its head, Hilda. So, yeah, look, in terms of, what I was expecting from this, what I was wanting to see from it, yeah, I think this is a film that does roughly deliver, but at the same time, I also feel like this could have been so much more. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought it was an alright film, I liked it well enough. But this definitely does also at the same time kind of feel like a bit of a missed opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong, if we are judging this just based on the action scenes, this would be pretty close to a 10 out of 10. Like, considering this is Moritz Moore's feature directorial debut, I'd say he's got a lot of promise as an action director, the in keeping with the whole John Wick action renaissance, the camera feels fluid and dynamic and full of kinetic energy and perfectly in line with the, you know, stylized martial arts-esque choreography. You get to see every blow being exchanged in like medium wides. And you also feel the brutality of it, as it's all presented in, full bloody detail, a proper 18 rated bloody spectacle. It is really great, and it is definitely not sauceless either. Like, this thing is oozing with style. You get some, there's some really cool stylized shots. You get like animated sequences and like flashbacks to, tragic pasts that are let in through blood splatters, stuff like that. Tilted cameras, trippy imagery. There's a lot of sauce to this film. You know, from an action spectacle point of view, it is damn near perfect. I just wish the story around it had been much stronger. Like, don't get me wrong, there's an interesting sort of idea here of this, of a sort of like critique of, this like totalitarian society, but it doesn't really do much with it. Like, there's potentially some really interesting world building with the Van der Kooi family and this, the Culling game show, sort of Hunger Games or Running Man-esque type thing. And even like a resistance to the Van der Kooi regime. There's a lot of stuff in there, but it never really fully delves into, just how interesting this world building could be. It very much just scratches the surface of what, we'd expect from this type of stuff as, basically these story beats basically just are loosely strung together to, connect the action scenes, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's presented in a sort of like comic manner as well. And the gags here can be sort of intermittently funny. There are definitely amusing moments that did make me chuckle, but the jokes really should have shown a lot more. It's sort of going for like a Deadpool thing, where characters say rude words in very creative and colorful ways. And I sort of wished they'd leaned into the absurdity of the premise and the world a lot more to get some like cool, darkly comic gags. Because when it's very much built around Boy and the scenarios he finds himself in, that's when it's at its funniest. Yeah, it also doesn't help as well that it's not particularly like emotionally rich either. Like I didn't feel particularly invested in a lot of these characters. I think because of just how surface level they are, to as basically just accessories to Boy's development. And there's a big ensemble here as well, so it's kind of a shame that they're not really fully taken advantage of. But man, Bill Skarsgård is great. Like, you know, using just his facial expressions, he communicates such like a a pained sense of anger. You know, that lust for revenge you can just see in his eyes. He is excellent. And one action scene which is just a close up of his face as we see him slash his way through armed goons, flashing back to the things he has lost, showing us why he is feeling this anger. Yeah, that stuff is excellent. And like, if this had just been a story of Boy's quest for revenge, yeah, this could have been, tight, efficient, and incredibly compelling. But because there's all this other stuff as well, it feels sort of unfocused. But yeah, Boy's stuff is great. I yeah, the I will say though, his inner voice, yeah, that did my head in a bit. The whole Bob's Burgers voiceover thing was pretty annoying, and once they sort of ditched it after a while, it did become a bit more bearable. Yeah. I also kind of liked Jessica Roth's character of June 27. She's a really fun, equally skilled instrument of death rival to Boy, and seeing these two face off is super fun stuff. And of course, all this builds to a last act, which obviously delivers all the, bloody, stylishly choreographed action spectacle you'd expect. That stuff is excellent. And there's also some kind of emotional payoffs, but obviously because I wasn't, you know, maybe fully invested, didn't land as maybe the filmmakers intended. But there is a twist in there that I maybe partly saw it coming, but how they got to the part that I'd guessed, a pleasant surprise. And once it leads right back into, balls to the wall carnage, yeah, it's plenty of fun. But overall, yeah, Boy Kills World, eh, I liked it well enough. There's definitely plenty I did like. It's it's stylish, it's got great action, it's got a cool looking world, and a great silent performance from Bill Skarsgård. But I think definitely some tightening up in the story department. Could have been something truly great, but for now, it's a likable enough one-off watch. And yeah, overall, Boy Kills World out of 10, I'm going to give it a 6. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Boy Kills World? What do you think of it? What do you think of the look and feel of the world? And do you think it fully capitalized on its premise? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.